This video is going to explain how to change the raid settings for the Pokemon Tracker website. If you haven't done so already, come on over here to where you select your mode and put it on raids. If it's during the daytime, you'll see a screen like this one. We have some eggs with the timer counting down until they hatch and what tier they are. We also have some Pokemon and the timer counting down until the raid ends and what tier they are. And you'll notice the EX eligible locations are highlighted. If you want to know more about a given raid, you can click on it. You'll get when it was last checked, what team owns the gym, which can be helpful in knowing if you have team bonus, exactly the time that the raid ends, right here, and then this is the time counting down until the raid ends. So this raid ends in 12 minutes at 11:07 a.m. These are the moves that the Pokemon is going to have. If you don't know where a given gym is at, you can click this drop pin button and you will be redirected to a website with coordinates and turn-by-turn directions. If you want to change any of these settings so that you have less markers showing, you're going to come over here to Settings. You're going to click on Raids. You're going to select Auto. And now we have a bunch of options. Our first option is for our egg timer. We can turn the egg timer off altogether, which means that all of these eggs, regardless of what tier they are, will disappear, and we will only see active raids. Or we can select this option and move the sliding bar up and down. If you only want to see legendary eggs, then you would slide it all the way up. And if we close out of this, you'll see that most of the eggs vanished from our screen, and the only ones that are left are ones that we know for sure are going to hatch into legendary Pokemon. Our next options are for the unknown tier. When an egg first hatches, it takes a few minutes for the map to be able to identify the details about the Pokemon that is there. So during that time period, it will say unknown Pokemon and have a question mark. So again, you could toggle this off altogether if you don't want to know what it is until it's active, or you can slide the bar all the way up. Next, we have our boss tier. You can toggle the boss tier on and off, or you can slide the bar back and forth. Now, I wouldn't recommend actually using this setting because Niantic switches out so frequently which bosses appear in raids. Usually they change every month, and then they also tend to change for events. So if we back out of this screen and go into Advanced, we can go to Priorities and then exclude particular raid bosses. So let's take a look at our screen and see which ones we want to exclude. Now, I personally don't want to get rid of Shanks. I think he's an awesome little guy, and who doesn't love shiny hunting for Shanks? But I don't need a Hitmonlee. I don't need a Hitmonchan. And I don't need a Poliwrath. So we're going to go back into our settings. And we're going to go ahead and type their names into the search bar here. So you'll see as I'm clicking on their names that they're turning blue and that this number down here is counting up. We're going to be able to change all of these Pokemon at the same time and hide them from our map. So once you've selected everything that you want to get rid of, you're going to come down here to change 3 raids. You're going to turn the auto layer off. You're going to select hidden. You're going to save the layer. Always remember to save the layer. You're going to click back. And you're going to go into your options and you're going to deselect all. And that's so that you don't accidentally change them again when you come in here if you need to make more modifications. So if we close out of this, we'll notice that a lot of our extra markers have disappeared from the screen. We're now left with things that we only want to go out and target for raids. So to save these settings, we're going to come down here to Settings, and we're going to back out of the raid menu, and we're going to click on App. We're going to select Backup, Save, and confirm that we want to save.